Welcome to the GG Report, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to have you back on the show. This is a great moment. Today, it's going to be a very, very interesting conversation. We are going to focus on a bit of technical stuff, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy the show today. I have a special guest with me on the GG Report today, my friend, long-time friend indeed, Professor Abraham Waidima. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Gigi.
Very
Glad
good.
to be here.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Now, the GG Report is a platform where we discuss a broad range of issues and subjects. Today, we're going to focus on somewhat technical subjects, but I believe you're going to follow through and you're going to learn a lot of things. We're going to look at the research and public policy. We will look at how that influences development. And my guest is the most fitted person to discuss this subject with me, Professor Waidima.
Thank you.
Let me introduce to you Professor Waidima. Professor Waidima is an associate professor of economics at Daystar University.
That's true.
And you studied for your PhD in the University of Cape Town in South Africa.
That's right.
Excellent. So Professor Waidima brings in a lot of very deep experience and knowledge. But what is interesting is we're going to make sure that this conversation is, we dwell on normal, we're not going to make it too complicated, but we want to make sure that we speak a language that everyone can understand.
True.
Very good. And before we proceed, we want to acknowledge our host today. We're being hosted at After 40 Hotel. This is located in the CBD of Nairobi. It's an excellent place, a place where you can come and enjoy a cup of coffee, accommodation, and other services. So welcome to the show. So Professor.
Yes, sir.
I would like you to introduce yourself.
All right.
And a little bit more, because I've only touched a little bit on I've given a very brief introduction. So please introduce yourself. And in particular, I want you to describe your career journey in the academia, where you began from and how you ended up where you are today as a professor of economics.
Thank you, Gigi. It's interesting when one have got to introduce themselves.
Yes.
I grew up in a place called Kinangop. That's in Nyandarua.
Yes.
And went to a primary school, the dusty primary schools that you know of. Ragia Primary School.
Okay.
And grew up in the village just like anybody else, with all the struggles that anyone would go through in the village.
Yes.
After primary school, I did well and went to a secondary school called Daragwa.
Okay.
Let me acknowledge all these schools because they are part of the journey.
Yes.
Daragwa was a mixed school.
Oh, okay.
In those days.
Yes.
Except they didn't have boarding facilities for boys when I went.
All right.
So you can imagine moving away from your home, 70, 60 kilometers away, and you're having to rent a place to stay.
Okay.
So for Form 1, I did that.
Okay.
Cooking for yourself and managing things which you were not used to. You are in the comfort of a home.
Wow.
But in Form 2, managed to get some structures there in the school, and there was boarding facility.
Okay.
So one would then concentrate a little bit more.
Okay.
After Daragwa Secondary School, again, after O-level, I went to A-level. Okay. Those were the A-level days.
Yeah, those were the days when we studied 4 years in high school, and in secondary school, and another 2 years in high school. What we're calling high school, A-levels.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I went to Muhoho High School,
which
is in Gatondo,
which
is a bit of a contrast. Now, this was a boys' school,
okay,
and I was admitted to do MG Con.
Oh,
for mathematics, geography, and economics.
Oh, okay.
And had very good teachers. They were drawn from all over East Africa. So I had a teacher drawn from Uganda, taught me mathematics.
Okay.
And I had a teacher from Tanzania who taught me economics.
Oh, okay.
So they laid a very good foundation, and I enjoyed my stay there.
Okay.
A-level was very tough.
Okay.
And that is where the real sieving took place.
Yes, the sieving, yes. Because now A-level was very demanding. You are doing only 3 subjects.
Correct.
And you really needed to be able to concentrate.
And make the necessary points to go to the university.
That's true, yes.
I was fortunate. I made enough points to go to Moi University. And I was admitted to do a BA degree, Bachelor of Arts degree in economics.
Okay.
So that's where my journey in economics now seriously began. After Moi University,
yes,
I came to the city, like everybody else, looking for a job, and I was fortunate to get a job. I think after 3 months of leaving the university, which was quite something. Grateful to God about it.
Yes,
and then I was fortunate again to be fully funded to go for my master's in a country that was not very well known then for scholarship. But I went to Addis Ababa University in Ethiopia.
All right.
That's why I did my Master of Science in Economics.
Master of Science in Economics.
So I had faculties who were drawn from Oxford that were teaching us. So, and the program was very well structured by an organization called African Economic Research Consortium. So I did that, and then worked briefly as a consultant when I was done. And then in 1996, I began to teach in Daystar. When I landed in Daystar, they were looking for somebody who would teach in the School of Business, but teach quantitative courses. So I taught economics, yes, but quite much of maths courses that apply, of course, to business and economics, and then statistics. That's where my journey began. So in Daystar, I had quite a bit and taught quite a bit, did a lot of things, went into administration and so forth. But in 2006, I found myself, of course, after marriage, after raising a family, you have a family and children. It was time for me now to go for this degree that we all
for the PhD. The PhD is one of those. And again, being in the academia, PhD was the next thing that you needed to aim for.
It's actually a requirement. I mean, if you are teaching in a university, it's only fair that you acquire that degree, PhD. So I went to the University of Cape Town in South Africa. It was a 4-year program, which had both coursework and thesis. And I enjoyed my stay there. Things were a little bit different from what I'm used to in Kenya. But it was good enough, a very, very good program. As you know, University of Cape Town is a leading university in Africa.
It's true.
And so I enjoyed my stay. Now, coming back to Daystar, I was asked to head an institute that trains and equip people, not necessarily the traditional academia. So you are dealing with corporate organizations and so forth. So I worked there, headed that institute as a director. And then I recently, not too long ago, got an opportunity to head a university.
Actually, that's something that is one of those milestones. I would say that is very, very interesting. So you went to University of Kigali. Tell us. So you served as the vice chancellor. That was a real privilege, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I had the opportunity then to work there and bring whatever change that I could. And so forth. The University of Cape Town, University of Kigali.
Yes.
It's a young university.
Okay.
Established in 2013.
Okay.
And so there are a number of things that, of course, were needed from somebody who has then worked in a university for a longer time.
Yeah.
So you have known the loops of how a university then function and so forth.
Yes.
So I did that for 1.5 years.
Okay.
So Daystar, I had taken leave of absence.
Okay.
To go to University of Kigali.
Yes.
And there were a few things that required me then to come back.
Okay.
So I'm back to Daystar, teaching economics.
Okay.
And enjoying it. Economics and statistics.
Yes.
And enjoying it.
Yes.
One other bit is that I am a Christian.
Yes, by the way, let's talk about your Christian journey, because I think one of the things that I've known you for, and one of the things every time we meet and we interact, you always say, it's by the grace of God. I thank God for this.
God.
This is by the grace of God. So, so tell us how your Christian experience has also been like.
Yeah, it's one of, I think, those decisions that you pray that somebody makes that decision maybe when they are young.
Yes.
Because I think you avoid a number of things.
Yes, you avoid a lot of...
You are covered.
Yes.
God helped me and got born again in 1985.
Yes.
I was in Form 4.
Okay.
So all these journeys then, through university, through high school, through masters, through PhD, and through my work life, I have done them as a Christian.
That's true.
And I have been fortunate enough also to serve as a leader in CITAM.
Yes.
As a member of the Deacon Board. So I have served my 2 terms.
Okay.
And retired.
Oh,
but still very active in the church.
Okay.
And have many friends who are Christians, so we share faith.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. So, listeners, my guest, Professor Waithima, he's a Christian. He's had an interesting journey. The Lord has taken him through, a very long and exciting career. And so that is very, very, very interesting. So we want to hear more of your story, and then we go to the technical stuff. So, because we're going to go to the technical stuff now.
Yes.
So you, of course, you've taught a lot of students.
Correct.
You've taught students at bachelor's, master's, and PhD level as well.
Correct.
And Daystar, University of Kigali, very interesting. By the way, were you teaching programs when you were at University of Kigali, or you just doing administration? Oh,
I was doing administration. I think when you are vice chancellor, it's very, very difficult for you to be able to actively teach.
Yes.
However, I was helping postgraduate students.
Yes.
It's pretty tough. There are too many administrative things that you need to handle.
Okay.
Yes. True.
Very good. So now let's talk about this book.
Yeah.
Because when I learned that you've written a very technical book, I thought, now I'm going to talk to this man, because this is a very interesting book, Inferential Statistics and Data Analysis, a technical book.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to write such a technical book on inferential statistics? So tell us about that.
Well, I'm sure you have heard of this statement.
Yes.
That they are lies.
Yes.
They are dumb lies.
Yes.
And then there is statistics.
Yes.
Mark Twain.
Yes.
Who is, I think that statement is attributed to.
Yes.
I guess was talking about that you can lie to people, what people call a flip.
Yes.
Or small lie.
Yes.
Then there is that which is an outright lie.
Yes.
For example, we agreed that we will meet today.
Yes.
And probably I said yes. And I knew I was never going to make it. I mean,
yes,
I lied.
Yes.
But then there is statistics.
Yes.
So they say people hide things in statistics.
Yes.
hide things in statistics because a number of people also don't want to take the time to look at the numbers and interrogate them. When I went to the university, I was taught mathematical courses.
Yes.
I was taught statistics. And I was fortunate to have very good instructors.
Yes.
Very good professors.
That's true.
Who then explained the concepts. But I am aware of other people who have suffered.
Yes.
And they never want to see mathematics.
Actually, a lot of people are very, very, very frightened by mathematics. And in fact, it's like while we talk so much about the STEM programs,
yes,
you know, science, technology, science, STEM is what? Science,
technology, I think.
Technology,
is it
engineering and mathematics?
Yes, correct.
So, and it's a tough area. But let's go back to the statistics.
Yeah.
So you decided you're going to write a technical book on statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you tell us how.
The decision was based on, if I ever get to teach statistics,
yes,
I want to teach it in a way that it applies to people.
Yes.
And in an enjoyable way.
Yes.
Someone does not have to suffer through mathematics.
Yes.
Does not have to suffer through statistics.
Yes.
Yes, there is rigor in them.
Yes.
But they can be enjoyed.
It's true.
So I taught statistics for many, many years. I've taught statistics for many, many years. I'm still teaching it.
Yes.
And my idea was, let me put these statistics in a book that helps somebody to walk through.
Yes.
And not only the theoretical bit of statistics, because that's where the dryness is.
Yes.
But how is it that you can make it practical? And the way then to make it practical is to incorporate data analysis.
Yes.
You know, the way we calculate, you used to carry that calculator.
Yes.
These days we have scientific calculators which you can sort out your statistics very fast.
Yes.
But the earlier days, we didn't have those ones.
Yeah, we didn't have those scientific calculators.
You added, you accumulated, you divided, and so forth. And it was laborious. You know, it was rigorous exercise.
And your calculator may jam during the exam.
Can you imagine?
And you're so frustrated.
And no one will allow you to borrow from
the other person because that will be
from your classmates.
Exactly.
So I decided I want to relate those two.
Yes.
On one hand, you have people then who become good in statistics.
Yes.
But cannot apply it.
Okay.
I was fortunate in the University of Cape Town where I went.
Yeah.
Right from day one, when you started talking about research.
Yeah.
Research was seen in the light of statistics, but the applied bit of it.
Okay.
Which is data analysis.
Okay.
And so I was introduced to this software called Stata.
Yes.
I hadn't used it before I went to University of Cape Town. And I've come to love it because of what you can do with it.
Yes.
That you can, you know, after your research, you input your data set.
Okay.
And now you can begin then to relate the variables and then draw meaning out of that.
Yes.
So this book is about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's how to practically apply, you know, like for example, Stata as a software.
Yep.
And then be able to do your analysis.
Yes.
I know some of the, I think what you discover is that a lot of students get stuck, especially anyone who is going to do a postgraduate program.
Yeah.
And they will require to do some kind of research and be able to produce a thesis.
Yeah.
They really get frightened by the need to have to do the data analysis.
Yeah.
So you're saying in this book, you've simplified the whole idea of data analysis.
Correct.
Okay.
What we've done, we've put a data set there.
Okay.
Which is downloadable.
Yes.
So you download.
Okay.
So whatever things that we are finding, the illustrations and the examples that have been worked out in this book, you can actually work them out.
Okay.
And you'll be able to see the results.
Okay.
And then get to now make meaning out of that.
Okay.
And the book then helps you to make meaning out of it.
Okay.
So if, say for example, you are testing a hypothesis.
Yes.
People ask, so what is this? Remember, hypothesis is an assumption.
Yes.
When you go to research,
yes,
you go out there, you have an assumption.
Yes.
So you want to prove it,
yes,
or to disapprove it.
Exactly.
And you can only do that with the data.
Yes.
So this book then takes you through the steps. Okay. How then do you arrive at a decision?
Okay.
Say, for example, somebody is claiming, somebody manufactures a product,
yeah,
and they say this is the wonder product.
Yes.
It will do A, B, C, D.
Yes.
Take that data. People who have used the product, people who have not used the product, let's see the difference. Does it really make significant difference with the use of this product?
Okay.
So that then you can confirm the claim,
yes,
that is being made by the person who has made this product.
That's true. That's
yes.
true.
Thank you.
So, listeners, as you know, that if you open the daily newspaper,
yeah,
you always find a story that has to do with somebody quoting some research.
Yeah.
So, research is something that we cannot run away from. If it's like everything we do is guided by research. Correct. There has been a lot of talk about research. For example, there's the COVID-19 situation we have.
Yeah.
The rallying call has been, let's stick to science.
Yes.
Let's do things as science demands. Otherwise, if we don't stick to, we must do things right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that research is something that can tell us how people can use research to make decisions.
Okay, thank you very much. Once again, we quoted that statement by Mark Twain.
Yes,
that there are lies, damn lies.
Yes,
and statistics.
Yes,
but the reverse is this.
Yes,
that men and women lie.
Yes,
statistics don't.
Statistics don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I think Mark Twain's quote was like antithesis.
Yes, correct.
So and basically it's a way of saying, I think when you say something opposite, you emphasize it more. So statistics really is the way that you can help really make decisions. So
correct.
You have numbers, you're able to calculate and say, yes, the way the numbers are, this is the way things are.
You see, just coming back to this issue of COVID.
Yes.
We are told there are drugs that are being tested, the vaccines, and we are really praying that these things will work, because COVID is really ravaging the entire world.
Yeah, exactly.
And we want to see a solution to this.
Yes.
But you see, it cannot be introduced to human before you have ascertained that this is safe for human and it will do the intended work.
Okay.
The only way to prove that is introduce it, to the human. See the effectiveness of this vaccine. Does it work? Does it not work?
Yes.
There lies statistics.
Yes.
Because we want to see this thing 99% of the time it is working.
Yes.
Or 100% of the time. We hope it can be 100%.
Yes.
But then again, you'll be told among this population, it will be 99. Among this other population, 90, whatever.
Yes.
Because there are also all these mitigating issues that will come in.
Yes.
So therefore, statistics, numbers don't lie.
Statistics and numbers don't lie.
Yes.
And people get discouraged because, statistics is a difficult subject to study.
Okay.
And so you'll find people really get, so how do we simplify the whole study of statistics? Maybe let me ask a slightly different question.
Okay.
How then you take the research to influence policy? What's the link between now the research bit of it, the statistics, you've done your data, you produced the report, how does that link up to policy? Because I believe most of the research is done so that then you can make decisions that influence policy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was, to answer your question, yeah. I'll use it in one of the major researches I've been involved in. We were fortunate, a number of us, yes. To get some funding, yeah. Of course, through Daystar University, yeah. To do a major project in yes. Marigat, okay. Sub-county. Okay. And we were trying to combat okay. a disease called leishmaniasis. Or Kala-Azar.
Whatever that is.
Kala-Azar presents itself as if it's malaria.
Okay.
But it's not. It's transmitted by a very tiny insect, 1/3 of the size of a mosquito. Okay. Called a sandfly. Okay. Sandfly will live in termite mounds. Okay. You have seen a termite mound. Yes. That's where they live. Okay. But in the evening, they go looking for food. Okay. And the food is a blood meal. Okay. All right? Yes. They prefer animals. Okay. But in the absence of animals, they will bite people. Human beings, yes. Human beings. Yes. Now, if it has those vector, the disease vector, yes, then it will transmit to human. Okay. And if untreated, yes, before long, yes, the person is actually dead. Okay. So we were there to try and mitigate and okay. try and slow down, yeah, and reduce the effect of leishmaniasis. Okay. Now we went out there and used the traditional method to try and cover people. You gave them nets, treated nets, okay, just like the mosquito nets. But we also discovered there's something else to it. After now we went on with the research, we discovered those people who live in stick-walled houses. Yeah. I don't know whether you will
understand. There are houses which are made, they are roofed with grass or something and sticks.
Yes. And you can see through. Okay. But you can't blame the people. It's because of the weather there. It's very hot. So people who then live in those houses, the sandfly, once it leaves the termite mountain, it's looking for food. It will come inside and then bite. So we found that people who lived in those kind of houses, yeah, then were at risk.
They were at very, very high risk
of getting leishmaniasis. Okay. So what we did, we wrote a proposal to the donor, yeah, and convinced them that if you can give us money to build better houses for these people, yes, we'll minimize.
Okay, good. I think it's a big story. So we'll go in a short break. Okay. Then we'll come back to that story, so that then you can show us how you what you did, the study you carried out. Okay. And then how that then was linked to developing mitigation for that disease. Thank you. All right. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are following this conversation. And a lot of people get stuck when it comes to research, but there's always help. Yeah. So don't hesitate to seek some help. We'll go on a short break. We'll come back shortly.
Thank you.
God bless you.